since you left. Think of things not sweet.
I really loved the movement that they had with this, the fact that the other like women kind of joined her, and I really, really loved how they used the kind of drawing, the animation in it. I thought it was really, really inventive. I thought it was really, really interesting. Um, I really liked that. It added something to it. It added an extra layer of movement, and I thought it was really beautiful. I loved how they all moved together and how they danced together.
I just felt like seeing the women like in nature, kind of in their element, dancing together with these like beautiful outfits on. You could just feel the power and strength of these women and women in general just being together. I thought that it really just hit home. And I'm sure everybody is going to talk about how great the added touch of the animation was, but really it added this like very creative element that kept kept the audience engaged, kept us viewing and watching. Like we wanted to see like what kind of doodle would happen next, what uh, form it would take on which woman. So it was really, really cool and different. And I thought it added this kind of like fun element to it.
I loved the somewhat experimental nature of the piece, with the harder hitting rock quality embodied by the expressiveness and the viscerality of the movement, and this very deep dive into the choreography. But the lighter aspects of the score was embodied by the playfulness in the illustrations popping off the piece, doodling all over the piece, that gave this added visual delight, almost like a childlike quality and magic to it, and kept me engaged as well in a whole other layer.
The song was terrific. It was nicely written, beautifully performed and played, wonderfully produced, and just the performance on screen was just beautiful. The performers all did such a wonderful job. I love seeing this dance on the beach, and they had this really interesting animation going, that I really liked. Kind of all the motion lines kind of going with them as they were dancing. Also, how they all turn into sea creatures at the end, and at the beginning, and they yeah, so it was all really nicely done. And yeah, no, the performers did such a nice job. It was just wonderful. And I like the overall message, about it. They're saying it's hard to be a woman in a man's world, but you have these women being completely independent, by the ocean side, dancing. And it was just, give a nice feeling that went along with the message there. It was beautifully photographed, beautifully edited, and everything about this was executed so nicely.
Music was definitely very catchy. Uh, I loved the motion graphics in this one. I loved the um, how the sketches coincided with the choreography, and it made it pop out a lot more. It was very fantastical. Um, I enjoyed watching it go hand in hand, and all in all, I definitely enjoyed this one.
The dance and movements, of course, are great, and they seem very lighthearted. But the added touch of the overlay animation put it over the top for me. I thought it was just really smart, executed well. It added an absolute extra layer to it, and really just made it that much more enjoyable.
I really loved how this music video was done visually. The waves, the dancing, the costumes, choreography that was shot. And I liked the way that the animation added to the experience of the music with the dancing. Overall, I thought it was really cool uh, and visually inspiring with the music.
What stands out for me is the creative CGI lines drawn on and around the dancers. It gives the film a real fantasy feel with things such as horns, tails, spines, stars, moons, and plants. The voice who sings below the action is so haunting, with lyrics about what seems to be a wistful, broken love affair. Finally, I particularly love the drone shots of the dancers on the beach.